And I'm back. I don't know. Actually, so I don't know what happened. So this we're back. Hopefully, you guys are joining. Um, like, uh, so welcome back if you were here earlier, and sorry to see you go. If whoever was here and they're gone. But anyways, I bet so like a simple way to say where I was going over Ofea, right? And I was going over the numbers before the live just ended on me. Man, jerks. Um, but again, I guess I'll just review real quick the numbers, and then I like whenever Abe was talking to Abe, if you're here, welcome back. We had a user named Abe who was saying something about a galaxy, and then we then Lori was like, "Oh, tele Lalalangi," like lots of Earths, right? And so I was explaining the numbers, and real quick review on the numbers. Again, the confusion comes especially between 11 to 19, and then the like 20, 30, 40, 50, those the tens, right? So really quick, an easy way to just remember it is whenever you're talking about 11 through 19, just think of it as 10 and whatever number, right? 10 and 1 is 11, 10 and 2 is 12, 10 and 3, right? So think of it as 10, or Sefulu, right? Sefulu Tasi is 11, right? Sefulu Lua is 10 and 2, 12, right? Now, if you want to say 20, you got to switch it around. You got to think of it as two tens, right? So now you're thinking two tens. So now you're like, oh, Lua Sefulu, right? And in Samoan, we don't add S to make something plural. So it's not Lua Sefulus, right? And it's not Lua Usos, right? So I'll leave that for another day. So Lua Sefulu, two tens, that's 20, right? Or Sefulu Tolu, that's 10 and 3. So what's that? That's 13. But if you want to say 30, you would say three tens. So you'd say Tolu Sefulu. Make sense? Hopefully, right? And it's something to get used to, and that's fine. Like we go over the numbers a lot. Like one thing that I want my students to come away with. I mean, of course, to be able to speak fluently and then to understand fluently, right? When people are speaking, even when people are speaking in the ka form and they're speaking so fast, and it's like, man, I didn't get any of that, right? But like that, I mean, that's the ultimate goal, right? To be able to just keep up and speak and listen and great, right? Um, but the more basic thing that I want my students to come away with is one, numbers, right? To be able to like go over numbers without being like right. Like I see them whenever I ask them questions about the numbers of things, and I see the right, and I want them to come away at least knowing that without having to think, right? Just like, oh yeah, that's 8, right? It's like, oh yeah, that's whatever, right? Or so just like being able to quickly identify those things. The other thing is to quickly identify days of the week, um, the words that are associated with days of the week, months. So months, years, and then what's the other thing? There's another thing that I really want them to come away with. I mean, those are the two main things. Just to be able to recall and identify numbers whenever they hear them, and days of the week, right? Days of the week and months. So So those two things, yeah, I'll go with that. And maybe being able to, like, this goes along with numbers, being able to like tell the time, like tell someone the time. So that's a whole lesson in and of itself, which I love that lesson too. So yeah, those three things, because they're so commonly used, right? That I want them to come away with at least being able to identify and recall those things. So, but another one that we went over today was a little bit more than that, and that's the yeah, no, exactly. That's exactly the for fun. Yeah, that's the so that's exactly where a lot of my students are, right? They'll be able to put together words. Who's that? User hooky as right? But like that's where a few of my students are, and it's just it's what we do is we just kind of start from the beginning, because most of the time the words that we understand are in the ka form, and a lot of times we'll just know them as words that may be just a part of a word, and just so get kind of pulling away from that, and then kind of rebuilding it from the proper form, and then and then I mean you'll be able to go through it probably a lot quicker than someone who doesn't understand it at all. But what the crazy thing is, you'll find that you don't want to. You know what I mean? Like you'll enjoy the process, and you'll find the new things that you learn useful, and then we're learning it together, and like you'll have those aha moments, and it's like, oh man, like man, what? It's like kind of like, what else did I think I knew that I didn't? You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. So just clearing the slate, going from the basics, and then building on that, and we cater the lessons to to stay with that, and then hopefully you'll come away, because the frustration that I see normally is like, man, like I understand it, but it's like and like I'll hear people put together sentences, but it's like I can't quite, like it doesn't quite make sense to me when I try to put together the sentences myself, and that's why, like, even this, like something simple like this, a simple formula to follow, kind of, especially for you, if you're trying to say where something is, right, and you can't quite find the words, like if someone's asking, like say someone in the house is asking, where is the I don't know, where is the cup, right? Or fair, where, right? Or where is a cup, right? Like fair se ipu, right? Half Samoan but never grew up around the culture or people. Can you translate? Yes, we can do that if you sign up for the class. Go purchase it. Go click on the link in the bio. I'm not a monkey, okay? So go to the link in the bio. Go purchase the classes for a month, and then we'll talk about it in class. Yeah. So anyway, the back to like where, right? So it's like someone said, "Oh, ofese ipu," right? Like where is a cup, right? And then you can just say like it is like hola. This is a great one. Hola, that just means it, that, who, whatever. Like replacing whatever it is they're looking for. Hola, like it is. Hola, e. Now you always want to use e. I hate saying always, but I'm going to say it anyways. Hola, e. You're putting it in the space or in the location, any one of these locations, meaning like lunga is on top of or above, lalo is under, totonu is in, right? Fafo means out of. So you use any one of these in, and then you can say in, beside, talaadne, or kalange, or if you say it real fast, kalange, right? It is in, I don't know, stay with me here, beside, of, you always want to have the o, because that's what you use for location. Y talaane o, beside, the, le, right? I don't know, pusaisa. It is beside the refrigerator, right? Or next to the refrigerator, right? Ilunga ole fata, right? On top of the counter or the shelf, right? So you can say it's next to the fridge on the counter, right? So you can say ilunga o le fata, right? Or ilunga o le lau lau, whatever. Oh, thank you for the gift. Man, was it a galaxy? Abe, I'm waiting. So I don't know if Abe's here, but anyway, so I mean again, you can even add, if you want to be like really precise of where the item is, right? You can just be like just like that. Ola, meaning like, they said ofese ipu, right? And you're like, oh, the cup, right? Ola in. So you want them to have the e, and then you want to have the location, e tafa tafa, right? Beside, in, beside, or of, e tafa tafa o, right? In, beside, of. I know, doesn't make sense in English. It's just that's just how we put it. Like that's just how it is. Like this, is just what makes sense, right? E tafa tafa or le, like a pusaisa, whatever. And then it's like next to the fridge, what? And then you can say e lunga or the fata, right? The counter, I guess, or the shelf. Oh, malo to everyone. Thank you for joining. And hopefully you find this helpful. And we just had this lesson in lesson 4, with the class, and like I liked it so much. I mean they like I'm pretty sure they liked it too, and this is how you. Yes, yes, absolutely. Bringing Samoa to the world, right? Yes, and as I explained before, if you guys are just joining, we really have a passion for this because, in a way, bringing Samoa to the world, but especially to the world outside of Samoa, especially those who have roots, in Samoa in some way, right? And just want to connect. And it's hard to find that resource to connect to the language, especially. And with the language being so much a part of the culture, like we just found that this is such a vital part of the culture, especially when like I don't know if this statistic is true, but it makes sense. There's more Samoans outside of Samoa than there are inside of Samoa. It makes sense, right? And whether that's Afakasi, or whatever, I mean, I believe it. So, being able to connect us back to our roots is what, man, we just find it so important. So, no, the class the class wasn't on Facebook. Whoever's asking, we actually send a link. It's on Zoom, so we send a Zoom link to you, and then we have the class live, and we're trying to keep it small, 5 to 8 people. We decided that 8 is probably the limit we want to have, just so everyone gets to participate. Thank you all for the gifts. Thank you again. Fafatay lava, fafatay lava, fafatay lava. The and Samoan word for gift, right, is mea alofa. Fafatay lava mole mea alofa. Mo mea alofa. Like it's and literally means love thing. That sounds funny, but yeah, it's just showing appreciation, showing love with that gift. So thank you for those. They're really appreciated. You guys are amazing, and yeah. So yeah. Oh, so how do we keep the language alive, man? It's for me is connecting to the older generation.
Yes, 100%.
This has been, like as I try to go, especially with the ngana fai launga, the the oratory speech, and I turn to the older generation, to like you learn more about that, and men like
And don't let them speak in English to you. Tell
yeah,
them no.
you tell them, hey, awe ngang, like fa Samoa nga o fa Samoa fa mole mole, like just like only speak in Samoan to me, right? Thank you for helping us connect. Also, thank. Oh man, Afua, you're welcome. Like it's our pleasure. It really is. It's our passion, and it like a and if you guys have been here before, and I'm gonna say it again, I'm gonna say it all the time. Education, right, is our passion. That I mean, it's so much. I mean, I would call it our religion, right, dear?
It is.
Right. So,
Very much so.
um, and Lori is the prophet. So,
Oh, shut up. Stop.
no, so that's my wife, Lori. She's a professor, right? A university professor. So, having her help with all the lessons and organizing things and formatting the lessons, and I'm always tweaking them to try to make them as efficient and effective as possible, and useful, right? Oh, thank you again for the gift, man. Thank you. We really appreciate it. We appreciate them, man. This is very, it's we just appreciate it very very much so. So the like to answer that question again, how do you keep the language alive in my life? It is from the older generation, like I said, especially with the respect language, and then with the launga. So studying that in depth, man. I'm man. These I guess you can call them like these ancient words, right? This highly stratified language, but it's really crazy. Like studying it in depth, and then understanding, man. There's so many like so much speech in metaphor. So it's really like the metaphors are fascinating to me. So uh oh, thank you. Oh, Mr. Socks and Sandals. Mr. Socks and Sandals, congratulations to being the number 2 and then working your way up to the number 1 gifter. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And Amos, smart enough to be a teacher. Yes. Thank you. But again, like I'm married to a professor, And man, thank you again for the gifts. And they're really appreciated. And and so the like again the lessons, you really have to thank my love, Lori.
Well, you teach them.
I do, but like she helps me so much to like make them better. Like I put them together, and then man, what's the word? Now I can't even speak English. I submit them. I submit them to the IRB. I submit them to our internal review board, right? That's headed up by Lori, my lovely wife, and then she's like, "No, that's you gotta fix this, you gotta fix that." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So it's a team effort over here. So man, you're very welcome. Oh man, yes, user woke. Oh, I like that woke. That's great. Sign up. Yes. The best way to sign up is if you go to that link in the bio, click on it, find the product that says classes for a month, and once you purchase that on the Midwestern Samoan store, in the link, you'll get the message us first, inbox us your name, your email, and your number, and then we'll get you more information. But you'll automatically get emailed the digital download, which is lesson 1 and the slides that come with that, and then we'll put you in the class. I'm so glad she pushes me too. she pushes me, and I push her too. At least her buttons, right? So the
Yes. And the next gifter is yes. Really, literally, I think it's
the next
yes.
gifter is yes. Okay.
Or yes,
Yes, yesy, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Oh, is that a play on words? Like you're an essay and you put a Y in for yesay? I don't know. Anyways, oh man, my dog, Sonny. Oh gosh. So, man, he's in my way. And then again, thank you again for the gifts, man. I really appreciate it. If you're just joining, we went over a simple way again to ask where, ofea, and then you just say whatever the thing is. Ofea what? Leofuvai, right? Ofuvai is pants, right? So you'd say ola, like they, like ola is like it's like the universal. Is it pronoun? Yeah.
What?
The universal la, like meaning like it, right?
Yeah.
It or that or this or he or she, whatever, right? Or la, which I love. I love that this is so universal. Or la, it, they, them, whatever. Or la, it is. Or la, e, which again, that's placing it in the location that you're going to say. Oh, thank you again for the gift. Man, Fafatai lava. And Ola e, and then pick one of these locations. These are, I guess you call them referential locations, right there? Meaning like above, below, next to.
Yeah, I think so.
They're reference. They're references. So these are hopefully that makes sense. Referential locations, meaning like where they are in the. Happy Sunday to you too.
It's Monday.
It's
now.
Monday to us now. Oh man, it's midnight. Oh man, we're too old for this. Oh, okay, it's past our bedtime. Man, we'll give it a few more minutes, dear. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So she says okay. I'm okay. Don't wanna keep her up, right? So, these are references, right? Or relational. I'll say relational. Yeah? Meaning like where they are in relation to something else, right? So these are like relative. There, relative. Yeah, relative location. There, relative location. Duh. So what is kalango or kalanga? I feel like I hear that for location references. Yes, yes, you do. Good question. That's actually this one, right? Talaane, and it sounds like kalange because it said really fast, meaning beside, right? So there you go. That's probably the one you're hearing. Ola e I kalange, ole like it's next to, right? So that's probably one you're hearing there. So there. If that hopefully that answers your question. So ola e talaane. I know you don't really hear it that way, but that's actually the term, right? Talaane beside ole beside of. So we always want to remember I talaane or talane or kalange, right? I kalange or inside or in beside of. Always in whatever location of. So in or on, on, top of, ilunga o, right? Or la e ilalo o, in, under, of. That's just an easy. I mean, it's not that easy, but man, thank you again for the gift. Man, you all are great. This is amazing. Thank you so much. Um, Yeah, yes, yeah, that's right. Saying it fast, like yeah, a lot of these, whenever you're learning in the top form, especially when you've heard the language your whole life, and you're just like, oh, that's that's the word. Like the best one is fight fight toa fight toa or as we all know it fondly the fight koa. Like it's just so fast. Like when you see it on paper, you're just like, "What's a faito toa? Like what's that?" And it's like, "Oh, you probably heard it as faikoa, right? The door." So that's I'm gonna show my boyfriend this because I've been trying to teach him. LOL. That's yes. Tell him to join the class, right? So he can join the class again. If you go to the link in the bio, you can purchase the classes for the classes for a month button product, and again that's just $30 for the month for a 1 hour class every week, and we go over things like this. But again, we break it down from the very beginning though. Just the building blocks that are like just different rules, even in pronouncing, right? And even in going over the actual words, right? The even borrowed words that maybe we didn't realize were borrowed. My favorite, it's not my favorite, but one of my favorites is even like the word lapisi, right? Like in the Samoan language, we turn R's, even though R is in the alphabet now, right? He, ka, ro, those three additional letters in the alphabet. We don't, we still don't usually use the R sound. Like it's just such a difficult like sound to pronounce as native Samoan speakers. So they always end up turning to L's anyways, right? But the word lapisi, right? Think of that as the borrowed word, right? And think of that L as an R, right? Like it's somewhere. This is my own thought here, and like that somewhere I feel like it started as rapisi, right? And then we turn and what does rapisi sound like, dear?
Rubbish.
Rubbish, right? Like like at least that's my thought. It was rapisi first and turned into lapisi, right? So that's like little things like that I think are fun, just to like kind of go over. So much clarity. Yes, yes, thank you. Like that's our goal, is to is to one, clear things up, and two, like just try to um not oversimplify things, but just to simplify it. And if there's like any sort of like formula or format, like even with the numbers, right? Even that we can use, especially with um, English speaking Samoans or English speaking people, um, going from like that being their main language, and then trying to go to Samoan, of just knowing the way that we think, the way that we're taught English, and trying to like transition that to learning Samoan. So like even in the numbers, right? The the confusion between 11 through 19, and then the other tens, 20, 30, 40, 60, right? 20 through 90. So like, one, it's so like simple, but sometimes, until we actually hear it, and then we're like, oh yeah, like that's like that makes like a lot more sense. So like when we're trying to say 14, right? Um, you want to think of it as 10 and 4. So 10 and 4 make 14. So like 10 and 4, how would you say that? You would say sefulu 10, fa 4, 10 and 4, sefulu fa make 14, right? So that's an easy way to do the tens, 11 through 19, so that to not get it confused with 40, right? 40, you think of that as 40 is four tens. Four tens make 40, right? So four tens, if I say it that way, I'm saying fa sefulu. Four tens. Literally, you're saying four tens. So that's that man. Thank you for the gift again. Thank you, thank you, thank you, for all the gifts. But they really appreciate you guys have been so great. So man, I can't even tell you how much we appreciate those. Um, so yeah. So like even things like that too. Um, one of my uncles, he's like, man, that's actually, he's like, man, I'll never forget it. He said, my uncle Tua, if you're out there, man, love you, uncle. He was just like, the advantage that you have is that you do speak English, like you learned English, you know what I mean, like formally in the States, and being able to go from that direction to Fa Samoa, um, is a is just a is a plus, I guess. And he is like, you have an opportunity there to really reach a lot of people, especially again those who have grown up outside of Samoa, and figuring out that path, and just kind of, I don't know, making it a simpler path, I guess, like through the way that we've learned in the States, and trying to transition that to learning Samoan. So that's so yeah, all that to just say thanks to woke as. So man, I love that. That has to be in my top 10 usernames, by the way. So so
The
yeah.
one that said, I smell like Keo or something. Yeah, that was a funny one.
What? That was the username?
Yep.
Man, that's not right. So, but again, if you're just joining, we were just going over the relative locations. That's the easy way to put it. Basically, when I say relative locations, meaning like in front of something, in back of something, next to something, like just explaining the location of something, and you use these words. Lunga means above or up. Like I didn't have room, so I just kind of put little marks for them. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Tafa tafa is next to, and so is talane or talane or kalange, because it's said so fast, right? Again, thank you for the gifts. Man, just tapped in, Uso. Malo, hey, Malo DJ, thank you for joining. So, all right, for you, DJ, since you're just joining us, we are just going over the question for where, right? So, simple way, offer, and then offer le anything, right? If you're looking for whatever, you know, I just like to keep it simple for like in the house, right? So like if you're saying offer le offer le ta'avale, right? Like where is the car, right? Keeping it simple, right? Simple way to say that is instead of saying like the car is whatever, you can just say hola it. Hola is like that universal pronoun for like it, that, this, whatever. So you can say hola which is like is. It is hola e. You always want to have the e for the relative location because you're placing it in that space, right? Whether that space be itotonu, which is inside of, or ifafo, right? We'll say ifafo, it is in, right? Outside, fafo, of. I know that doesn't make sense, but just always remember you want to say in location of, right? In relative location of. So, o la ifafo o le fale, right? It is outside of the house. O la ifafo o le fale, right? So that's a simple way to answer that question. Awesome. Also, I admire those who love to share our language and culture. Oh man, yes, DJ. Thank you very much, man. Fafte lava. Thank you. Yeah, man. Again, that's our passion. That's what we're trying to do. And if you're just joining, and if you want to learn more, feel free, and I encourage you to go to that link in the bio, purchase that classes for a month product. Again, you'll get emailed the actual lesson 1, and then we'll get you enrolled in the class, and we'll coordinate that with you. If you do go there, make sure you message us in the inbox, your name, your number, your email, and then we can communicate that way to get you all the info. So, man, it is 12:15. It is way past our bedtime. I'm too old for this. But we got caught up. Like I'm excited. So it's okay, right? To get caught up in just learning together, and I just feel like this is very efficient and useful, and so again, thank you for all the gifts, thank you for all the support, and so again, check out the link in the bio if you want to join the class, or just sign up if you want to do the one-on-one lessons. So the classes are 1 hour a week, and that's for the month. So that's $30. The one-on-one lesson is an hour. It's 30 minutes a week. One-on-one, that's for $100 for the month. So yeah, we just started the classes almost a month ago now. Oh, exactly a month, right there. So we just started. Yeah, we just started the classes, and they're going we knew they would go well, but I'm still like blown away by how well they're going. Would you say, dear?
What's that?
Like how well the classes are going?
Yeah, it's going great.
They're great. I enjoy them, and I'm pretty sure my students enjoy them too. So, man, we just keep on sharing as much as we can, and for as long as we can, and just as long as those who are wanting to learn, like we're here to learn with you. So again, education is that's our mantra. That's our that's the that's what we follow. That's the principle that is above all else here. So um, I'm in the same time zone, Uso. I'm in San Antonio. Yes. All right, San Antonio in the house. Yeah, man, join the class if you're wanting to learn more. If you're if you're wanting to connect, and so just let us know, inbox us, check out the. So it's late for you too, DJ. Sheesh, what? Man, look at you staying up with us this late. Man, I appreciate you joining. Hopefully this helps in some way. Hopefully this helped. A lot of you guys out there didn't even get to the flashcards. Maybe we'll do that next time. Yeah, man, thank you all so much again. So if you guys have any questions, inbox us. And man, I hear you. My daughter and I need to be fluent going to Samoa. Yes, it's funny. One of my students, they're planning a trip to Samoa in December, I think they were saying. So like that's why they're here. They're like, yeah. See, so this is a good way to prepare. Go to the link in the bio. Purchase that first month of classes. It's only $30, and we'll get you in the class, and we'll get you, we'll get you on your journey, on your way to the Samoan language mastery, right? So, man, I'm so glad you're here. So glad for everyone. Thank you for the gifts again, for all the gifts. Thank you all so much. And so, are you tired, dear?
I'm tired.
Oh, little va, yeah. So, we're tired. It's past our bedtime, but man, we're so happy to be here and so happy that you all are here too. But it is time for us to sign out and get some sleep. Malolo. All right. So thank you all again. Check out the link in the bio. Thank you all so much. I can't express how much we appreciate the gifts. Man, you guys have been amazing. And so again, sign up for the class. That's the most efficient way. We just put that up. So go to the link in the bio. Get the classes for a month, and we'll get you coordinated into one of the classes. All right, thank you again, and good night. Say good night, dear.